Hello guys, this is Modest Major here, bringing you some commentary over something a little bit different today. I'm talking over some E3 footage from a while ago when they initially announced the Master Chief Collection, because today I wanted to talk about my opinions about what just happened at the Rooster Teeth Expo. Now, if you guys didn't know, Rooster Teeth Expo happened from the 4th of July to the 6th of July, I believe, and they decided to give us a little bit of information about the Master Chief Collection. Now, I don't just want to do this as a generic piece of news. I'd rather give you guys my opinions and give you something hopefully valuable to come away from this. So if you want to see the actual base footage, I'll leave a link in the description, but that's not what I'm going to be doing today. Today I wanted to talk about a few of the things that really caught my eye. The first of which is that they're adding interactive scenery into maps. They're basically trying to not make the map play the exact same way as it used to, make a few tweaks here, but they made a very strong emphasis on the fact that they only wanted to make changes that would enhance gameplay, that it would take it further and make it pretty much a more base competitive experience. One of the things they decided to do was they added in this interactive scenery in the form of a shield that would appear around the center of the map. A picture will go up now where you can see just exactly what it is, but they showed it on the Twitch live stream, and I've got to say it looked absolutely incredible. The graphics looked really, really impressive, and whether or not this will work in the gameplay setting is debatable at this point. I saw a couple of arguments on Twitter about whether or not it was going to be viable, whether or not it would detract from competitive play. I just think we've got to see as it comes. I will say that the center of the map of Ascension could become a bit of a no man's land, and you could feel extremely vulnerable, so this might add another layer of tactical depth, but it's not something I can confirm or nor deny. I will say I thought it looked amazing, and I'm pretty optimistic for its inclusion into matchmaking. Next, we've got a new vehicle in the form of a gun goose. Now, this was one of the things that really just blew me away, and it was something I completely wasn't expecting, and it's something I love to see developers do, is just add in this fun, new, wacky idea for a vehicle that we just know is going to work. I mean, in my opinion, I saw some people saying, oh, great, like, way to take away from the competitive edge, and my answer to that is just, like, come on, let's have a little bit of fun. This isn't going to be, this is obviously going to be easily taken out of any competitive setting whatsoever. It's going to be a fun little vehicle, and it just seems to fit right in their Halo canon. The Mongoose is a very vulnerable vehicle. It was only used as a passenger, a transport vehicle, and this will give it a little bit of an edge. I'm guessing it will probably have some little disadvantage over just a regular Mongoose. Maybe it travels a bit slower. But I'm super interested to see where it goes, and the picture just looks absolutely awesome, and the name Gun Goose, I was just kind of flipping out a little bit. And I don't think people should get too tied up in, like, having the game work the exact same way it used to, because you're still going to get the ported over maps, and you're still going to have them working in the same way that they normally would, and I think that's totally fine in my opinion. Next, they announced one of the future remastered maps. They added to the list they already have. We've only heard Ascension so far. Now there's going to be Coagulation. They released a little bit of concept art for it. To be quite honest, I was a little bit disappointed by this, especially as it was Ascension followed by Coagulation. Me, myself personally, and this is kind of a biased standpoint, I suppose, but I really enjoy the close warfare maps, and I feel like Zanzibar is going to be the next one to get picked, or it's going to be one of the next ones. So then we have 3 big maps, so at a competitive level, it'll be really hard to get a good balance, a good mixture of competitive arena maps, when I think Ascension and Zanzibar weren't even playable at a competitive level. That's just my standpoint. I do enjoy Coagulation, I don't enjoy Blood Gulch, and I don't enjoy just how much it's appeared in so many separate Halo games. That kind of grinds my gears a little bit, but at the same time, it's going to be a fun map to play on. I'm sure it's going to look gorgeous. They didn't show any gameplay, they just showed concept art, but I have no doubt that it's going to look impressive, to say the least. Next, we've got the addition of the silenced SMG as a new future weapon. Now, I was super excited about this. I know it goes against the canon of Halo 2, but the silenced SMG is just something I wanted them to bring back for so long. It worked so well in Halo ODST. It was such a distinctive calling card of it, and I really did question to myself why they never thought of bringing it back, and it seems like it will fit in perfectly into Halo 2, and I have no doubts that it won't detract from balance. It's just something you can play around with if you want to, and that's great by in my honest opinion, and I hope you guys feel the same way. I don't think it's the end of the world by any stretch of imagination. They're also adding in the assault rifle because I believe that only appeared in the campaign of Halo 2. Maybe it didn't even. I know it appeared in Combat Evolved campaign, but it never appeared in the Halo 2 multiplayer, so they're putting that into the remastered maps, and I think that's really cool. Last but not least, one of the things they announced during this press conference was that button combos, although they will appear in the ported over maps, you know, they're going to port over the maps normally, but in the remastered maps, you're not going to find button combos in any way, shape, or form. And I think this is something that might really frustrate people. And I'm starting to think that maybe at a competitive level, people are just going to play the base games. I don't know, you know, like I said, with the map selection, there might not be a varied enough selection to keep things fresh. I worry how they're going to have this whole competitive scene revolve around these maps, unless they plan on doing some DLC later down the line. I'm not really sure, but that's just something we'll have to wait and see. But I know some people will be annoyed by that news, so I thought I'd tell you guys. I'm kind of, you know, in the middle. I could go either way, but I don't want our community to get annoyed either, and I don't want it to be divided, so I hope that's not what happens. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my opinions on these new pieces of information. I hope you guys are excited for Master Chief Collection. Thank you for watching. Peace out.